Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Let's just jump right into the short-term price action here because not too much has changed from my last video. So if you want to see a little bit more context, take a look at my last video from today about Bitcoin. But in this video, I just would like to focus on the more imminent wave count and the changes and the possible developments that could be occurring here really on the hourly chart. Just updated Ethereum as well, fairly similar. I think we could be heading here, or we could be in a triangle, in an Elliott Wave triangle here in this sideways movement, which you could say is a bit of a bullish consolidation at the moment. So generally, I'm still expecting another low. Yeah, don't get me wrong. But short term, we talked about the potential to push higher here into the green target area again. I mean, we're already in it, or we're fighting with the resistance here. So there is a really good chance we could push above that. But as you can see, we have a resistance area here, or resistance barrier, ascending trend line, resistance line, which is ascending, which is sort of holding us back. You can clearly see that here we have 1 touch point, 2 touch points, 3 and 4 now. Showed you that target area, that ascending trend line actually yesterday. You can see how well the price is actually reacting to it. Can't really get through here. So at the moment, my general assumption is that the move that is happening here to the upside is only of corrective nature, which means it will be followed by an impulsive move to the downside, which, well, not necessarily impulsive to be honest, but at least to make a lower low. Because for all the Elliott Wave experts here, the way we count this, we actually count the diagonal pattern. We count the whole move down from 25.2k as an ending diagonal, which means that we don't actually have the subwaves as an impulse. The subwaves are actually 3-wave structures, ABC or WXY, which means the move down that should follow is probably also not an impulse. It probably will just be a wave Y, a corrective wave. We'll see. But that's the purpose of these ending diagonals, you know, which eventually should take us down to around about 14 to 15k if it works out. But the purpose of these is, or, well, not the purpose, but they build because towards the end of a downtrend, the bulls are getting stronger, the bears are still a little bit stronger, and it pushes the price down. But you have a lot of up and down, a lot of messiness in the chart. And that is exactly what we see here on the Bitcoin chart at the moment. But if we say, okay, short-term upside, how could the count be? So we talked about that we are in a wave Y to the upside of a wave X. That wave Y consists again of A, B, C. And the C wave, I showed you a possible count in the previous video and yesterday already. I think we are adhering nicely to it. That we actually down here had a 1-2 setup. And this was a 3, this a 4, and the 5 would still be pushing higher. Let me just change the degree here of these. Okay. Therefore, I told you yesterday that we actually need to continue the move to the upside, hold the 19.7k level. As you can see, we did hold it. Why was that level so relevant? It was relevant because it is the, let me just draw that differently here. Looked at that, no, further down, like that. It is the 50% fib retracement, yeah? So a wave 4 would normally not go below that level. So good that we did hold it. But the question is the wave 4 already over? The way this is currently developing, it doesn't appear to be. It could very well be, and a wave 4 oftentimes does it, that we are in a triangle, okay? So that the wave 5 has actually not yet started. Otherwise, we probably would see a bit of a stronger move up, but that it will start soon. So generally, from an Elliott Wave point of view, we can count this as a triangle, or at least could assume we are in one. So that we say this was a wave A, this here the wave B, we are now in the C down. There will be a wave D up and a wave E down. That is sort of matching what I just told you in the Ethereum video if you've watched it as well. And the wave E would then finish off the wave 4. It's basically a sideways range with a contracting sideways range. Now, there is no evidence this is playing out because the triangle is extremely difficult to forecast. It is extremely difficult. Nevertheless, you have some guidelines for targets for the different subwaves, and it would be an explanation for the sideways movement that we have here. Now, you could say that this is some kind of a bullish consolidation. And yeah, I would agree, it is looking a bit like a bullish pennant. So basically a triangle, okay? So a little bit like that, or an ascending triangle even, you could call it. Maybe a slight wedge, but it's actually looking more, for me, like an ascending triangle or even contracting triangle. It also depends a little bit on how low the wave C now comes here. But yeah, I think we're consolidating bullish. We're holding the previous low. And that would also be the requirement. If we go back below that $19,730 level, yeah, if we make a low below that, I think this move to the upside is probably not going to happen anymore. Okay, so guideline wave C low, what could be a target for that? Now this is really just, again, micro counting, but there are a few ways of how this can be counted and or targets determined. So we use the Fibonacci extension tool for that. We take the length of the wave A and then we go to the high of the wave B and we say a possible target is basically the 20K level, the 61.8% extension of the wave A. That's the target for wave C. So we nearly reached that because we came down to 20,060. So we don't need to go any lower, yeah. And then we've got the wave D high now. Need to see if this is if this was already the low anyway of the wave C. But if we assume it was, then the wave D target would be okay. That would not work out as target. So it would need to end below 20,450. It must not go above that. Okay. So, and generally we're waiting now for a breakout above, and a breakout signal would be obtained if we go above 20,450. If we break above the wave B high, then it's pretty much confirmed that we are breaking here to the upside. Or nothing is guaranteed, but it is the best signal you get. Okay. And then targets for wave 5. We talked about this area here all the way up to 20,700. That would be the first key area. And then if we break above that, it could even become an extended wave up and we could move into the region between 21.8 and 21.9K. We measured these targets in the previous video, so feel free to go back to that video to understand how. And if we, for whatever reason, are already in a larger breakout pattern, which is possible, then I would want to see evidence by going above the green box. If we break above the green box, above 22.1K, then for me it increases the likelihood massively that we are actually in a direct breakout and that a more substantial low has been formed and that we will not see that leg down. So that should give you all the key levels, this video. And this direct breakout would look more like that. We would say, all right, similar to Ethereum, we have done already here a wave 1, we've done a wave 2, we are now in a wave 3 to the upside, then there will be a wave 4 and a wave 5 up, and only really only when I see those 5 waves as complete, then I will be able to confirm with more clarity that we are actually in a breakout. And then again, waiting for the wave 2 to the downside, that is what I would then do, probably to enter in a long swing trade position basically. Yeah, and that's my update about Bitcoin. So hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.